It's been a year and a half since Jen Barrick entered into the pediatric intensive care unit at the University of Virginia, a moment in time she has no memory of. The night of November 5th, 2006 started out on a high note. Jen and her family spent the evening at church, close to the higher power that would help get them through what was about to happen next.
When I got out of the car, I saw an engine actually sitting in the middle of the road.
Just 1 mile from their home, a drunk driver hit the family head-on, going 80 miles per hour. First responder Christy Van.
No one, in my opinion, should have ever lived through that accident.
Jen and her parents, Linda and Andy, were critically injured. Her brother, Josh, was also hurt. All four were taken to separate hospitals. But Jen, whose head took the impact of the crash, was barely clinging to life. She was flown to the UVA Children's Hospital, where she was met by neurosurgeon Dr. John Jane Jr.
Jennifer was in a very critical condition. When she had come in from the car accident, she was making reflex movements that were consistent with her brain being under a significant pressure.
And they said, there is no prognosis for recovery. We're just hoping she makes it through the night.
Jen made it through the night in the very room no one thought she'd be walking into more than 1 year later.
To actually believe that this used to be my home is very hard. And I think that just proves again how far I've come. And that blows my mind.
Suffering from a traumatic brain injury and multiple fractures, Jen was in a coma for 5 weeks, followed by several months of therapy away from her Lynchburg home at Kluge Children's Rehabilitation Center. And her parents couldn't always be by her side. They were battling their injuries from wheelchairs.
They loved and they cared for Jen, and it was unbelievable. And even when she'd scream in the showers because it hurt so bad, and again, she couldn't even stand up in the showers in a shower bed, but they just would cover her with towels to keep, it would just traumatize the nurses because they loved her so much.
I forgot how to do everything. I had to relearn how to walk, how to talk, how to read, how to write, how to get dressed, how to do everything that we take for granted.
As a mom, I want her to be normal, and yet God's telling me, why do you want to live in the normal when I've set her apart to be extraordinary, and I'm going to do the miraculous through her.
My name is Jen Barrick. I am a freshman at Liberty Christian Academy.
Before the accident, Jen was an accomplished athlete and, like today, an inspiration to her family and peers.
My prayer is that God would use me to make a difference for eternity. Thank you.
On this day, the 15-year-old had no idea that making that difference will begin just months later on a road not far from home, traveling down a path of uncertainty and hitting many roadblocks along the way, but touching so many at every stop, making her the UVA Children's Hospital's comeback kid.
To be picked as the comeback kid, that just made me realize, wow, my story must really mean something to them. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for believing in me and for making my hospital experience the best one ever.
Jen continues to recover through weekly therapy and still has a long road ahead, but that never gets this comeback kid down.
Her doctors say, it's just amazing, and instead she has uncontrollable laughter instead of uncontrollable tears.
It's hard every day, and she continues to fight, and she clings to her faith. So it's special. She's special.
Yeah.
She gives you strength?
Oh, yeah.
And Jen gets her strength through the people who continue to help her heal and faith. And Jen Barrick continues to do what on November 6, 2006 was thought impossible, while the rest of those around her sing her praises.